What is up guys, it is Adam and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a review of the traxxas slash 4x4 off-road two-wheel drive monster truck. That's a mouthful. Now, the traxxas slash is very well known. It's quite an old traxxas car, well not old, but it's not one of their newer models, I can tell you that very much. And these cars are very durable, I just have to say that right now. Traxxas is very well known for the durable and fast cars. They have the fastest name in RCs, and they're just an amazing company, and I'm so proud to have this finally. I've always been wanting a Traxxas product, whether it's the Slash or the HS. No, the Slash or the X Max or the T Max or the anything like that. I've just always wanted something from Traxxas because I know that they've been, well, they have a really good community around their products, and their products are immense now at this world. I've seen some videos of them, of Traxxas as well, with their cars, bashing them about and doing everything. So yeah, first off, when I opened this up, the body was very nice. I like the paint job on it, and the tires as well. They look very scale, and the tires as well, they don't feel very grippy for me, but once you're out on the road, they actually do all right. Off-road as well, they do quite well because of the tread. The tread makes up for the lack of grip on the tires off-road. The suspension is very plush and very soft. Which is what I like, but I don't want it to be too soft because, you know, the car doesn't have to flip. That's another thing as well, is this car does flip when you're going fast, and it does roll over when you're going too fast, you're going too hard into a corner, and the side walls get too much grip, the thing flips, but that'll all be shown outside. I got with the Traxxas, and say the battery that I've got, because I bought from a company in, well, not a company, a shop that's kind of sketchy and they don't give you everything in the box, but what I got was a 3000 mAh 8.4 volt nickel monohydride battery. This is Traxxas's ID auto battery identification batteries. I think they're one of the newer series batteries. I'm not sure, but yeah, the remote as well that comes with it is the Traxxas TQI top qualifier is what it stands for, and I really like it. It's a little bit different here because I like the wheel to be down next to my hand, which is like my FS GT. The handle's very nice, low down next to my hand. It's very comfortable. But it's not to say that this isn't comfortable either. This is very comfortable. It's just going to take me a little bit while to get used to it. It's very standard remote. 4 AA batteries that just fell out. That's one thing that I don't like about this, is the batteries aren't like in, they don't like stay in. So if you open it up and you're trying to, you know, do something, they don't stay in. There has a settings button here, which is to set like, I don't know, I haven't gone over the instructions properly, like, well, not properly, I haven't gone over them all, so I don't know what all the settings do on the remote. But I like this remote. It's very nice, very ergonomic, very compact, so thumbs up for that. What I really love about Traxxas is the amount of tools they give you and the amount of stuff they give you. I've already taken the T-wrench out of this, but they give you a whole bag of Allen keys, 3 Allen keys, couple of, don't know what they are, but there's a whole bunch of different stuff here. If my camera will focus, that's not wanting to focus. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that's just for the Traxxas Slash, and I absolutely love that. That's very amazing. What they also give you is, I've never seen this before in any other companies, they give you another set of gears. This is the 30 plus mph gear tooth pinion, and a lot of people as well, when they'll be like unboxing Traxxas's, and they'll be like, hey, this thing isn't as fast as it says it is. That's because there is gears that come with the Traxxas's, and to have more speed or more torque or whatever it is, and this is a 23 tooth to 86 teeth, so this gives you around about 30 miles an hour. Stock out of the box, it'll be around about 20 miles an hour. With the stock gearing setup, without having to put in these, it'll be 20 miles an hour, 18 to 20 miles an hour, which is good, which is really good for out of the box. Now I'm going to go off, show you guys on the inside of this truck and show you guys what's on it. As well, this is a bag for your servos, for spare pins for the body, spare, they just give you a lot of spares basically in the box, and that is amazing for me, and I absolutely love that. Now inside the truck, it is a brush truck. I brought the brush version. You can get the brushless version, and you can also get a sound kit as well with this. I've already bought a sound kit to go with this, because it's a lot cheaper than buying one of the high-tech expensive ones. But as you can see here, this is a very nice setup. The chassis is very high centered off the ground. and that's why it will flip a lot of the time. You can get an upgrade for the chassis. I've seen on eBay or other places like that where it's an upgrade, so it's going to be a low center of gravity, so it's not going to be flipping as much. There is a brushed ESC that can take up to 2S LiPo, and I'll be getting the 2S LiPo at some point for this. And it is the traxxas 5XL ESC. It is waterproof. All the electronics are waterproof. The receiver is in here in this encased box, which I find is really, really cool. I love it when the receiver is an encased box, so you have that extra reassurance that it's not going to get wet and going to be getting destroyed, even though it is still waterproof. The servo is waterproof as well. It is a what is it? It's the Digital 2075 waterproof traxxas servo. I think it's 15 kilograms. I think it's a 15 kilogram servo bit. Yeah, the motor is a brushed 12 turn Titan traxxas motor. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see that here. Yeah, there you go. So it's the Titan 12 turn brushed motor. Which I do like. It does have a lot of torque, it does get up and go, but the only thing is that the motor does get very, very hot, even on 8.7 volts. Which is a lot of volts to be putting through this little motor. I do know that, but a 2S LiPo will be 7.2 volts, so it will be less if I put a 2.7 volt LiPo battery in there. No, 7.2 volt 2S LiPo in there. So hopefully, well, what I would recommend doing is getting a heat sink or something like that in it, and just, I don't know, just making sure that the thing doesn't get overheated, and making sure that the electronics don't get overheated as well, like the wires and everything. You might notice as well is I do not have the antenna tube for this because I don't like the antenna tubes, because when the antenna is sticking out the top of the very scale looking car, it's going to look absolutely ridiculous, and it's just going to completely destroy the look. So that's why I don't use this. I'll tie it down at some point. What I love about the battery holder is that there's this special pin for it. Don't know if my camera will be focusing on that or not, but it's up at a 90-degree angle, so it's very easy to get to. And what I love about this is it just slides out just like that, and you can put your battery in, slide this back in with ease, and then have this pin put back in place with ease again. It's so easy to do, and I might put it in my HSP because it's just so easy. Now these side plates here as well are for impact, so this is why some of the Traxxas cars are so durable, because Traxxas are always thinking one step ahead. So if it lands on the side, boom, that's going to absorb the impact. Your body might be cracked or scratched, but as long as the car is still up and running. You have full ball bearings for the suspension. You can adjust your camber and toe-in angle, front and rear. Well, front you can trust your camber and toe-in. The back you can just adjust your camber. You can also adjust your steering rods, and your suspension you can also adjust as well. Not by much though. There's only two holes at the bottom of each A-arm at the bottom, so you can't really do very much of the ride height, so you can't bring it down very much. The only amount of low gravity you'll get is around about 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters down for the suspension. Speaking of the suspension as well, like I said, it's very, very damp, not bouncy at all. The front suspension's pretty good actually. The front suspension's pretty good. It's just the rear, for me, that aren't really good. And I have tested this out before as well. Is I have had to use so many of my damn clips for the suspension to stop this thing from bottoming out all the time, and to stop it from rolling over a lot, and to stop the body roll, which I do like. It does look very scale, but when you're actually racing, and it can be very annoying. Right, now the one thing I will warn you guys about is when you're purchasing this car is you might need to get a wall adapter, because the charger that comes with it, the charger that came with mine, is one of these, and it says on here to not charge in a car. The place that I bought it from did not include the 40-watt charger adapter, which is here. So go off online. I got mine off of eBay, and it's an AC to DC converter for especially these. And you just have to make sure that you get the right connection for your wall sockets, because these are UK plugs. Pain in the arse as well, and well, not a pain in the arse. They're very, very sore if you stand on them. And it's just be careful who you're buying from as well. Is because you don't want to have to go through the process of me cutting up wires, trying to make a new one, thinking, okay, never mind, I'll just go off and buy one, wasting a lot of time and money. So that's just something to look out for as well. I'd recommend buying it straight from Traxxas. It might be a little bit more pricey, but at least you know you're getting everything in the box and you're not having to waste money and waste time going out and buying some of this stuff. Taking the car out on its first ride here, and as you can see, it's very, very quick, and it flipped. Now, like I said before, flipping is a big problem with this car because of the amount of body roll it has. And that's all down to the suspension and the way that Traxxas built the car. Traxxas wanted to build the car to be realistic, have a lot of body roll, be good on off-road, that kind of stuff. And they did accomplish that. But in having that body roll and that massive amount of just realistic perspectives for the car, it has made it quite a lot harder to control. As you can see by that drive-by, it is quite quick, even with the stock gearing, not with the included gearing that they give you, which is 30 plus miles an hour. It is a bit of a trouble trying to control the car, and going over 30 miles an hour with the suspension how it is, it's not going to be very easy to control the car. And taking this car off-road, it becomes a completely different car. Those really poor feeling tires and the really soft rubber, well, not soft rubber, quite hard rubber, quite stiff rubber, does really well, and that is because of the tread on the tires. The tread on the tires makes up for the lack of softness that the tires really need to dig in and grip. But I can see why Traxxas did that, because again, if you had more traction, then the car would be more likely to flip. And this is me driving on loose dirt, patchy grass area, and it does really fine. It's very controllable off-road. And when you're driving about, you get this sense of accomplishment when you're going off and doing a corner and you go into a drift and you can actually control it. Because the car is, again, very controllable. You can stick the end out. It is very planted where it is, but you can stick the end out if you want to. And I love having the end of the car going out and drifting about the place. It's just such a nice car to drive off-road. It looks very scale, and probably people with better cinematography skills than me could do a much better job than I am doing right now. And what I mean by that is this car can look very scale when it wants to. When you're going over a ramp, or where you're going over bumps and stuff, or even when you're kicking up dirt, it can look very scale, and someone with the right cinematography skills can make this car look very scale in an environment that is way times bigger than the car itself. And then I'm going to take it off to the long grassy area now. This isn't very long grass, this is very medium-sized grass, and it should be able to do this. But because of the poor tire compound, and it's not very rubbery, it's very stiff, it doesn't get a whole lot of grip on grass like this. And it does say in the instructions, don't drive in long grass or grass that it struggles in. But the thing is, though, it shouldn't be able to struggle in this kind of grass, because in scale terms, scale cars will be able to do this with no problem whatsoever. Even going at slow speeds like this, you can still flip your car, and you can still make some mistakes here and there, and the car will flip, or you'll crash or something, just because of the lack of grip. And that's going to do it for this review of an RC car. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!